Good morning and welcome to another episode of Moms in Real Estate in the Morning. This week is one of our favorite episodes, which is our Money Matters episode with the one and only Danielle McKinley. Hi, friend. How are you?
Hey, good.
Hello.
Happy to be here.
Good. We're so excited to, oh, wait, hold on. I was trying to make you bigger. I wanted to make you the star. There we go. Okay. So ladies, we're so excited and we're going to dive into like all the money goods in just a minute. But if you remember, we are still celebrating being 40,000 plus members strong, which is so amazing. And we thought it was going to be like a 1 week celebration, and it is actually a 7 week celebration leading all the way up into December. And so this week, our giveaway is one that I absolutely am obsessed with. Kristen, do you happen to have Ashley's book in your office or no?
Oh my gosh, I have it right here, actually.
Yay! Okay.
Yay!
So, love it, love it, love it. So if you
Now
don't know our friend, yeah, what'd you say?
I said, make me big.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're so smart. You're so smart. There you are. Yay! So we love it. So if you don't know our friend Ashley Willis,
I have to show the best part.
So Ashley, yeah, show them the customization. Okay, so you see that customization that happens right there in these books. Ashley is the owner of Welcome Home Press. And so she helps families connect through story time. And the giveaway today is going to be 10 storybooks like the one Kristen just held. And those are going to be branded. And this is one package for one agent. So you would have enough for 10 clients, okay? You're also going to get 10 activity books and 10 games. That bundle, Kristen, has a value of $382. So I'm so excited for this giveaway. Are we allowed to play? No, we're not allowed to. I will be commenting. So to remind you, the way that you enter is as we do the morning show, you're just going to want to engage, comment, and then you will get added to the wheel. And then stay tuned and make sure you watch the morning show because we do the giveaway right at the end of this morning show. So on that note, welcome back to Money Matters. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most common questions that we get from agents, which is really, where do I start investing, right? So I'm excited to dive in on that, Danielle.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make our money.
Danielle, let's talk about crypto since we learned all about it last week. And now we're like, oh my gosh, we have to buy.
Can we also really quick talk about that? So I think another thing that sometimes we don't know in this community is you are a mom and you land in like a moms in real estate community and there's dozens of Facebook groups. And so something that's a differentiator is like, we are real people behind this. And I want them to understand, like when we're talking about this, the level of like skill and network that is showing up from this morning show. So last week, Kristen and Danielle with another handful of our moms like Michaela, they got to be part of an event with Barb, who, if you don't know Barb, she's your tax coach on Instagram and one of the most sought out tax advisors and strategists in the industry. And so you guys attended Minted Wealth. Can you just give like a really quick aerial view of like what the heck Minted Wealth is for the people watching today?
Danielle, do you want to or do you want me to?
Oh, I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Minted Wealth started out for Barb's tax strategy clients. So that's when I first started going. Now it's open to everybody. And so it's basically a full day event and it is all around wealth building. And so we talked a lot about tax strategies. We had a guy come in and he's super knowledgeable in the crypto world. I think he's like, I don't know. I started following him on Instagram. I'm like, he's like a big deal. Yeah, he's a big deal. And then we had people talk about, we went all the way from like money stuff to, we had a marketing panel on there. So we just learned from amazing people all day long. And yeah, like Randy's saying, like me, Danielle, and a couple other moms like Michaela Hill, who's in the group, all were there. But it's always like, I love investing in rooms throughout the year. So I think this is just a good reminder. Right now is November. So if you're like, I'm planning 2026, what rooms are you going to be in, and start to plan for those. And you could even purchase your tickets now, which would be a tax deduction in 2025. So anyways, go ahead.
Barb would be so proud of you right now.
I know.
It's so totally good. Yeah. Just to kind of add some context, she really broke down how to become a Deca millionaire. That's, and really did the math to make it simple, because I feel like clients that I work with and the things that we hear in this group is that they're scared to invest or they don't know where to start because it's complicated. And at the event, they just did a really great job of breaking it down and really confirming that the strategies that both Kristen and I utilize, and Randy, I know you do some too, work. and that it doesn't matter where you're at. It matters that you begin, because the sooner that you start investing, and then the sooner you get to benefit from the compounding interest and the wins, even if it's small, even if it's like $100 a month. But Kristen, you mentioned crypto, and my number one takeaway from the crypto thing was that we are in like a digital gold rush, and there will only be 21 million cryptos created. That's it. Like, no more. And we don't actually know who created crypto, but there's a lot of speculation that it was created by
That's a girl.
And I'm going to subscribe to that.
Me too. I am too. Yeah, that was, I feel like I've never actually sat down for more than 5 minutes and like listened to anyone talk about crypto. And that was very interesting to me.
Same. I was like texting my husband. I was like, what do we have? What platform are we on? Which ones? We need to get more. I just kept saying, we need more. We need more. So
yeah.
Thanks, Hans,
right? But even like how much they talked about just like investing in real estate was a huge topic throughout the entire conference. And so I thought that was really cool. And I think that's like what you're going to dive into today.
Yeah, a portion of it. So, and we can kind of go wherever you guys want, wherever you think it'd be valuable, but investing is just start. And so you might be going, well, I would love to get a property, an investment property, but I'm not there yet. So really just starting with I have this method called the savings trifecta, and it has 3 legs of your investment strategy and your wealth planning. And the leg 1 is like your starting point. So at a minimum, we want to have a 401k so that we're getting compounding interest on the stock market, but then we diversify it with a properly structured life insurance policy that's growing cash accumulation. So then you're still getting that compounding interest, but you're protecting you as the asset and the engine of your life, so that if something happens to you, you're not then touching that 401k and getting penalized because you're getting early access to it. So that's like leg 1, right? And then leg 2 is an HSA account. And there's many tax benefits to that on the way in and even on the way out when used for medical use. And then the third leg is a Roth IRA. And these are based on tax strategies and sort of working up to all of them. And then in the meantime, these 401k and the IRA, or excuse me, the 401k and the life insurance plan, you could then be using that to buy a real estate investment property and double down on the tax savings, right? Yeah. So it's a process that it may feel overcomplicated. Just start with one and then work your way up to it. But you want to have diversification when you're investing. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
And you guys, this was like, if you haven't started any of these, that was me like, I don't know, 2 years ago. And now I have all of them and I'm like ready for the next thing. So just like, it takes time, but once you do it, it's super easy.
Yeah. I love that Candace said that just getting to talk to you, Danielle, has changed the way that she looks at money and she feels so much more confident. And that's really the conversations that we want to have, right? So I think, I think a lot of this can be overwhelming. And I think that a lot of agents are always like getting ready to do it. And it sounds amazing, but they don't actually know where to begin. So like, what is that next step? What is that one next step that they do? I know you like laid that out, but like, if they're glazed over and they're like, okay, I don't know what you just said. Like, do they just call you, Danielle, or really what is that tactical step that they can take?
Absolutely. So it can be me or somebody else that you trust with money. And the very first step is to decide that you're ready to start investing and open up a 401k. It can be a self-generated, it can be an individual. You need to start putting money away consistently and pretending like it isn't there to build that habit that I'm setting aside and allocating this for my future self. So I talk a lot about like assigning your dollars jobs. So step 1, decide you want to give some of your dollars the job of planning for future you, and then connect with myself, with somebody that you know, like, and trust in the money world, and get the account set up.
Yeah. So good. I think another question that a lot of our agents have, and Kristen alluded to it a little bit earlier, maybe it was you, Danielle, but somebody said like $100 a month. So I think that this is something else that paralyzes agents. I know that it wasn't money, but it was like a system. Like early on in my career, I kept hearing about the top producer system. And in my head, I just associated whatever that system was with thousands of dollars. So I never even looked into it. And then, 10 years into the industry, I like look into it and it's like, I'm not even kidding you, a $32 a month system. And I like almost fall out of my chair because I would have been using it 10 years ago, but I didn't even look into it. And so I bring that here because I think that's how a lot of agents relate to money. And because our industry does have the power to be such high income producers, and events like Minted Wealth do have, multi-millionaires there, I think that sometimes that's intimidating. So really, like, where are we starting? Are we starting at 75? I mean, can somebody start this at $75, $100 a month? And what does that actually look like for them? Because I think that's the other component, Danielle, is that we think, well, it's just $100 a month. And then we don't really understand the effects of the compounded interest, and we don't even do it. And we don't know what that $100 a month could have looked like in the future.
Yeah, so let's just use the $100 a month, right? I feel like $100 a month is probably pretty doable for most of the moms in here. And it's you deciding, right? And it could be carving off the coffee habit. It could be, and also doesn't have to be restrictive, right? Figure out, find the $100.
Yeah. So, bring it in somewhere else so you keep the coffee.
Don't go out to something, sell another house, right? So like, it doesn't have to be restrictive. We're just deciding that we're going to assign that $100 the job of future you. So $100 invested on average, a 7% return. That's being super conservative. In 10 years, it's going to be worth $17,000. In 20 years, it's going to be worth $52,000. And in 30 years, it's going to be worth $121,000. Okay. And so it's just building that muscle of being ready to invest in future you. And then what happens is once you start and then you see the money compounding, it makes it easier to start the next leg of the game in the trifecta, right? It's building that confidence in you and you going, okay, I am ready to really plan, and start with $100. Start with $100.
So one thing that Barb talked about at Minted Wealth that I wrote down was it's acorns.com. And so she literally said she'd put $5 here, $10 there. And I think she did it for like a year or so and got enough money to where she could go and then put that into another investment. And so you can literally just put money and play on an app. I took down I'll put it in the comments because I'm going to sign up to do it just like I don't know, just to see what it's all about.
Another bucket, right? Because the goal is you want to create multiple buckets.
Right.
Savings for yourself.
Can we go back really quick to the crypto? And so can I put myself out here right now and just say that, like, I don't really even understand crypto. And so I'm like, I don't know what it is. I'm also sketch. If we all know me, like I have some, like we have a town being built in our city. And so we have the largest industrial center in the world, right? Which that story is fascinating. Like, it's crazy how a brothel owner became a mayor and like made this place. Okay. Yeah. But now they're creating a digital city. Like, it's going to be the first digital city there. And I'm just like, so freaked out by it. I'm like, I don't want to go there. I don't want anything, but I'm also smart enough to know that, like, me not liking something is surely not going to change the course of the future. And so I also don't want to be sitting on this, in 20 years and go, dang, I wish I wouldn't have like just thought crypto was scary and never looked at it. So can we like really simplify it? Like, what the heck is crypto? How do you invest in it? Can we really just kind of unpack that for a sec?
We need to phone Dr. Hans, because here's the reality that is so fascinating for me is that I know basics about crypto, but I have felt similar to that. I've invested in it because I didn't want to your point, be like, oh, I missed out on that. Right. And I feel like I don't feel like Dr. Hans went super deep, and Kristen, feel free to chime in here. It's something that I want to deepen my knowledge on as well. The one like big takeaway that I took from him and that I want to really like flush out is that he mentioned, so for 25 years, if you invest $10,000 a year into crypto, you'll have almost, was it $1 million or was it 7 million? Do you remember, Kristen?
I don't remember. And I don't even know if I have it on my notes.
I feel like it was 700 and something thousand, but now I'm like questioning it. So again, the big takeaway, so I'm not the expert. So this is not our crypto chat. Sorry, moms in real estate.
Totally sorry, guys. Just go look up Dr. Hans.
Go and follow Dr. Hans.
Dr. Hans.
He's your guy for that. Let's get him on Moms in Real Estate.
Let's get him here.
The amount, you guys, of like research this guy does a day is absolutely insane. I think it's like 5 hours a day, but part of it he like listens to the audio on like double fast. Yeah. And so It was crazy. And he was really good. But yeah, I feel like I have nobody to say and relay crypto information.
So here's what I can tell you from Dr. Hans. I was like, okay. From Dr. Hans, I was like, okay, I literally was texting my husband, we need more. We need to buy more. And so I know that I can't relay every single thing that he said, but when he mentioned like we are in the digital gold rush and that there's only a certain amount that's there, it's not going anywhere, it's here to stay. I personally don't want to miss out on the gold rush.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I felt like I missed out on the 2020 gold rush, like that frat party that happened. I served a lot of people well, but I didn't actually ever go to the party myself. And so I don't want to either. So I'm going to look into that. I think this is the stuff that's important too. And these are the conversations that we want to be having. And ultimately, like these are the rooms that the benefit of being in Moms in Real Estate is that we're all committed to getting into rooms that are new to us, that are teaching us more, and we come back here and we share that. And so that is one of the beautiful benefits of the community. I love that we're all sharing the same pain point. Like we're all like a little creeped out by it, but also not going to just sit by. So what else would we want to share before we wrap up today that is just so good when it comes to all things money, Danielle?
I think it's just mindset. We always come back to that with this stuff, right? Is knowing like, there shouldn't be any shame in money. So if you're working with someone that's making you feel shame or making you feel small or making you feel like you don't get it, find a new person, because it doesn't have to be that way. And none of us were born with these skills. We didn't wake up and understand this stuff. I decided that I wanted to understand money. And so I've put in the work in studying it and practicing the craft and making good investments and bad ones and learning from both, right? So it's really just a matter of deciding that you want to build that muscle and then finding the right people to help you.
Yeah. Well, and I love that. I love what you just said too, like that you've made the mistakes. And so that's what Chris and I love doing, is bringing the people here that are a shortcut for you. So moms, if you haven't reached out to Danielle, be sure to. I think it's interesting. I know there's a lot of you sitting back because Danielle and I had a conversation and she's like, I'm ready. I'm eager. I want to serve more moms. Like, how do I get to them? And she's like, maybe this is just not what they need. And I was like, oh no, sister, I see the back end of what everybody needs. And one of the number one questions we get is around budgeting and finances. And so again, no matter where you are, like just come reach out. This is why we make sure we have Danielle here. And there's my follow-up boss ringing. Sorry.
But you saw it too. Like, I think it's just a good reminder too, like what Candace said. Like Candace is a great example because she's a top performing real estate agent who has sat in Danielle's, closer rooms and has been able to learn all kinds of money tips from her. And so I think it's like, show up on these calls. Yeah. Reach out to Danielle. Like if this is something that's important to you, even if it's scary, you guys should just do it.
Okay.
And look at Taylor's in.
Yes. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Taylor. Yes, Taylor, she does.
Yes. I was like, she's calling you Daniel, but it's close enough. When you talk money, she'll answer to Danielle, whatever you want her to, as long as you're talking about money, right? But no, yes, you do life insurance, and Taylor can just reach out to you directly, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. And I also have a connection I met with last week, and she does life insurance. But I was like, I don't know if you do, like, I think you should do it, Danielle. So anyways, I want to make that connection too. So thank you so much. And before you head off, will you hang out with us and be part of the giveaway?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yay, I love it. Oh no, I hope your finger's okay. Okay, let's get this wheel up here. Hold on. Okay, we're going to spin the wheel, and real quick to recap, our partner, so a testimony, Candace just signed up with her life insurance with Danielle, so yay to that. And then I'm going to call you to open or your husband to open us a Roth IRA. Okay, so our giveaway is with Ashley Willis. She is, again, the owner of Welcome Home Press. So this is for one agent to get 10 storybooks, 10 activity books, and 10 games. This is a $382 value. So Angelica, will you spin that wheel for us? All right, we're going to see. You're welcome, Michelle. And your name looks pretty big on there. So hopefully you'll win.
It's like Michelle.
Yeah, it was like right there. All right.
This wheel is awesome.
It is really great.
Yes, I love it. Okay, Janice. Do you think it's Janice or Janice?
Janice.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, guys. We all know that I messed it. This is why Randyisms exist, because I can't say anything correct.
Wait, I love the clapping that it does for the
Yeah,
winner.
it plays music too, Danielle, but only the person spinning the wheel can hear it. Nobody ever told me that, so I was always like dancing, and people just thought I was nuts. But
I'm so excited to go look up Janice.
Yeah, so Janice, way to go. Congratulations. You are our winner. And so we're so excited. Our team will reach out to you to let you know how to connect directly with Ashley to get your books. But for those of you that did not win, you'll still want to connect with Ashley. These books are amazing, and they just show such an extra level of care for your clients' families. So anyways, ladies, thank you so much. And guys, do not forget that tomorrow, oh, did you already find her?
I found her. Yay. Congratulations.
Yay. Congratulations, Janice. And then also, guys, don't forget tomorrow we have a special pop-up that we're going to be doing with coffee and contracts. And so you'll want to tune in live tomorrow if you guys are looking to really grow and amplify your marketing in 2026 without it being harder. Don't forget to tune into that tomorrow. So bye, guys. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.